Welcome to Living Your Path. I am Cecile Ferry, a coach and astrologer. I'm here to guide you on how to live and work in alignment with your true self so you can find fulfillment and serenity. Hello, my beautiful people, and welcome to your Cosmic Catch-Up for week commencing the 23rd of March. So last week was quite the week, right? And I hope you felt that transition and you navigated it between the end of the astrological year and the Pisces new moon and into the new astrological year and Aries season. So that is my main update for today. I want to talk to you about Aries season. And you may not have felt like things really started moving on the weekend yet, and I will explain to you why. But it will definitely, and we are entering a 4-week window where it's go time, my friend. Like, think about the whole year. I really think those 4 weeks very important. So let's not be asleep at the wheel. All the planets are moving direct until the 6th of May. And I'm not saying it's too late afterwards, but it's really a time to get moving, but get moving consciously. So we have 5 planets in Aries right now. The Sun, Neptune, Saturn, Venus, and Chiron. So you may have felt it like the energy has shifted to Yang and will be very young over the next 4 weeks. So let me talk to you about what this Aries energy feels like. It is about going after what you want. Think about it like toddler style. You know, a toddler doesn't care and it's just like, nah, I want it and I want it now and I want it this way. It's that kind of stubbornness. It's that absence of fears because the toddler has no idea that thing could get in the way. Even though we're adult, we kind of have to project ourselves back into that age level, if you like. We have to behave maybe a bit like in immature ways where we're just like, nah, I want it and I want it now and I want it my way. It's kind of the flavor for the next couple of weeks. Now, the key themes of the Aries energy. We are going to get truckloads of determination, drive, that really strong forward movement kind of energy. That's fantastic. So put that to good use. It's going to be much easier to get things done, to move forward, to take actions. This isn't a reflecting time. You may feel like this might border onto restlessness, especially if you have other fire or Aries placement in your chart. But really, this is about channeling that drive into getting things done. Particularly if you are in a job or in an environment where there's a lot of pressure, like you may actually thrive really well this month because Aries gives you competence under pressure. So really good month to get things done. Secondly, the energy is about confidence. It's about that sense of assertiveness about yourself. And it's bringing you some courage. I think that is the key beautiful word that you want to carry over the next 4 weeks is you may not be courageous, you may not be confident, but you are being given some of that. And this is the opportunity to push yourself a little bit because then on the other side of that, you will achieve things and that will make you really confident. That's the gift of Aries season. You don't need to feel like amazing and bold and do it because let's face it, nothing has changed versus last week and the month before, but the energy is very supportive. All those planets are going, come on, you can do it. We're going to help you, okay? And then the third aspect of the energy is leadership component. Is that sense of independence and, carrying, moving forward. So if you're managing people, this could be a really good time to really set the scene and to lead your people, for instance, or just to lead your own self and being like, come on, we're going to do this. So a really good season as well to take some risk, calculated risk, but with that injection of courage. And we are all collectively learning courage over the next 4 weeks. This is the point of all those planets. Now, I've always got to do a little side note of maybe the not so cool side of the season. So when we're in Aries season, we might be quick to fire, literally. We may have that very reactive energy. Our temper may not be the best. So you can blame it on the planets, but just watch yourself, especially if you are going to be maybe impulsive, maybe reactive, aggressive. We need the things to watch out. Having a lot of anger that just comes out and just like burns other people. So just be very mindful. Likewise, other people might be like that with you, and now you know why. So I'm going to give you some questions to sit with for this Aries season in order to make the most of all that good action yang energy. If I had no fear, if I wasn't afraid of anything, what would I want to achieve? This is really important. And that answer is just yours. What do I feel moved to act on? You know, because there is an instinct. There is something like really coming out of you. This is a time for initiation. And all those planets are going, come on. So what's coming through? What is kind of calling you to act? Another big one is, what do I want for myself? This is the season to think about I. Disregard other people. Let the people pleasing on the side in a cupboard. Lock it in for the next 4 weeks, okay? What do you want for yourself? This is the season to answer that and to go and do it. There are another 11 season. That is the one where you really get to be all about yourself. So I'm giving you the permission to go for it fully. Another question is, where is the fire in my belly? Literally, fire season, fire energy. There is something in you that is brewing, and what is that fire and where is it leading you? And where do I need to be brave? Or where do I need to be braver? Might be more like it, okay? So where do I feel like a call to step up? You know, that self-leadership and being like, come on, I'm going to do this. This isn't a season to be small, to ponder, to sit on the fence, to evaluate, to assess. Done. We've been there, done that in the last 12 months. This is action time. So my practical tips to channel this energy this month is to move. Literally, you got to move the energy. You're going to get lots of it. So move your body, like even just do things around the house. Like this isn't an energy to sit down, bunker down at home. Get outside, move with the element, move literally the chi, the body energy that you have. Your favorite exercise style, or even just go for walks. It's about physical movement. Don't go too hard either, but really feel that this is the season to channel that energy, because the benefits you will get from it, that will get turned into fuel and into more confidence and more motivation to do the hardest things. Also, as I said, be mindful when you're speaking, when you are in conversation, maybe in a bit heated arguments, like pause before saying the thing, before sending the email or the text. Really, in the next 4 weeks, build a buffer, because especially if you're going to be a little bit like lashing out. Also, maybe a great time to go on an adventure. Aries is about this kind of sense of let's go. Especially if there are things that you are interested in, but you've been a little bit afraid, go and do it. Nothing like that rush of adrenaline to just go and feel a little bit that kind of sense of the thrill. This is like living Aries really, really well. And I'm the first one to be like, yeah, I never do that. But, you know, start small. But try to go for something you haven't tried before, something that interests you, and just like dare a little. Maybe set yourself a little dare challenge. Another one I suggest is have an honesty session. And that's my own little creation for this week. But think about it with maybe someone or with yourself. And again, if it's somebody else, mind your words. Don't just like give them too much honesty at once. But be direct. Aries loves being direct. So obviously, in the right social context, but if there are things you've been holding on to, this is the time to unpack them and to have that honesty session with someone in a productive way, right? But let it come out. Listen to your instincts at the moment and over the next few weeks. They are not lying. This is a bit of a primal season energy. So listen into those instincts and see where they lead you and follow that through. And take action. Like I couldn't be more specific over the next 4 weeks. Take some goddamn action. And I won't say plenty of it, but some significant action. I want to say massive action. Action that moves the dial. And you can start with just one step, but it needs to build on and build on. You don't want to be exactly in the same place 1 month from now. So take some action in the direction of your dream and go big. Because you're not going home. Not at all. Okay? So this is the energy that we have. It's all about taking the action that then will make us more courageous, braver, and stronger. That is the gift of this energy. And this will really impact the area of your life where Aries is in your chart. So if you have your birth chart, have a look which house that falls into. And this is where you need to be braver. This is where you need to just go and act on your hunches or maybe have that honesty session. Now, 2 more things I want to mention this week. This is happening. There's no other major moon or transit, but we have some supportive aspects in Aries as well. So we have the sun now just enter Aries, and as it did, it met Neptune right there, and Saturn is a couple of degrees up as well. So we have felt since the weekend the sun conjunct Neptune, and I just want to say that because maybe like me, you have felt quite tired in the last couple of days. Like I have felt so tired like last week and on the weekend. Now I understand, because Neptune is still that energy of things being unclear, and it can lead to that kind of emotional exhaustion. So if you're feeling tired right at the beginning of the week or unclear, foggy, it's completely normal. So maybe not ideal to just go into action mode right now. Wait a couple of days, it will pass. But it's still a couple of days where you will have heightened intuition. So be really sharp with that and see what it's telling you. And you also have heightened sensitivity to other people. So handle yourself with care. Okay, so we're feeling that now as I'm recording this, and it will phase out by sort of midweek. And then the sun will also be really close to Saturn. It already is a little bit, and we'll get closer to it by midweek. And Saturn really brings the focus on maturity, on commitment. It's got that serious energy. It's kind of not fun, really. It's not party time, but it's like, you know, that sober aspect, that sense of, okay, I need to do these things that I'm being really asked to do. You may also feel like being alone. It may not be easy for you right now in your life, but when the sun is with Saturn, like it's really beneficial if you can sit by yourself away from people for an hour, because you need kind of that solitude. And it could also really highlight where you need boundaries. So those themes are coming. It's in a positive aspect. It's not to punish you, but you may really sense these are the things coming up for me. So that's the first kind of half of the week. And then there are 2 supportive aspects that the sun and then Saturn are making with Pluto. So Pluto is in Aquarius. So by Wednesday, the Sun and Pluto are making a positive aspect together. And then by Saturday, it's Saturn and Pluto. What that means, when Pluto is involved, there's a lot of deep transformation work at play. So this week is about deep transformative energy. And you may not feel it like bluntly in your life, like super clearly, but it's deep and it's happening, it's at play, it's underneath. And it's very real, okay? So it's deep transformation in a quite mature way. And you're literally going to be thinking and doing things differently as you are navigating this week. Around Wednesday, when it's the Sun in aspect with Pluto, this is about personal power. So you may really be into deep thinking, develop some self-awareness around some of your patterns. This is the time to be your own therapist, right? So you're going to be unpacking things about yourself, basically, around midweek. And literally a bit on either side, okay? But that's when it really peaks. And then on Saturday, what really peaks is Saturn in a positive aspect with Pluto, which doesn't happen often because they're both very slow-moving planets. So when they happen in that harmonious alignment together, we pause and we watch, okay? What that means is this is about restructuring at a deep level. This is work, to be honest. This is like Pluto is saying, we're done with this. And Saturn is saying, let's rebuild. Let's put some structure to it. So the two combined are really efficient, but it's not light. This might feel like emotional maturity. This may feel like breaking free from old systems that don't work for you. This is very adult energy. So this isn't a week of fun. This is a week of really growing up with the energy that we have. It's not going to feel like high speed. It's going to feel like I'm rising up. And I think that is really collectively the opportunity that we have. And it will build up over the next few weeks as well. But this week with all those Pluto underlying alignments, it's really propelling us forward in a very controlled way, yet very deep. Okay, so I hope this makes sense. My practical tips to finish off, to navigate all of that, is things might feel a little unclear at the start of the week, like I said with Neptune. So wait a couple of days if you want, especially like sign some contract, make some decisions, all of that. Mercury is direct now, but it's not moving quite very fast. It hasn't fully picked up speed. So it's okay. It's a little sluggish to start the week. Midweek though, get serious because by then you are going to get clearer and you're going to have all this Saturn and Pluto energy. So this is a great time to plan, to organize, to really tackle some things and to address what you've been avoiding. See that maturity and turn that into action. Say no to certain things, put some boundaries in place, make a decision, and not a little lighthearted one that impacts the long term. So a really important week. I kind of know what's happening for me in the background. I have a big decision kind of looming that impacts my business and my future work direction. So I'm going to really leverage all that energy this week to sit with it, but to also face the music and to rise up myself. Okay. So that is the same for you. This week is not about speed. It's not about rush decision, but it's about stepping up. And your best weapon, your best tool is honesty. Honesty with yourself and maybe with other people with caution. So that's what I have for you this week. So enjoy and rise up. And, I can't wait to see where you end up within the next 4 weeks because this is the time to really take that action and move forward. So have a great time this week and I will speak to you in the Cosmic Catch-Up next week. Bye everyone.